Anam, and today I am going to dictate you Class 8 History Chapter 4 Tribals, Dikus, and the Vision of a Golden Age. So let us start. If you feel the video to be too fast, you can decrease the speed of the video. So first we will start with the objective type questions. You can mark them in your textbook. Then I'll dictate you from question answers. Okay. So question number 1, fill in the blanks. First, the British described the tribal people as wild and savage. Write it in your textbook. Wild and savage. Second, the method of sowing seeds in jhum cultivation is known as broadcasting. Broadcasting. Next, the tribal chiefs got the land titles in central India under the British land settlements. Next, tribals went to work in the tea plantation of Assam and the coal mines in Bihar. Now, true or false? First, jhum cultivators plough the land and sow seeds. Answer is false. Mark in your textbook as false. Second, cocoons were brought from the sandals and sold by the traders at 5 times the purchase price. Mark true. Birsa urged his followers to purify themselves, give up drinking liquor, and stop believing in witchcraft and sorcery. Answer is true. Next, the British wanted to preserve the tribal way of life. Right there, false. So now you start writing from question number 3 in your notebook. What problems did shifting cultivators face under British rule? Face under British rule. Answer: the British wanted the shifting cultivators. The British wanted the shifting cultivators to become peasant cultivators. Peasant cultivators. The British thought it was easier. The British thought it was easier to control and administer peasant cultivators than shifting cultivators. Peasant cultivators than shifting cultivators. Question number 4. How did the powers of tribal chiefs change under colonial rule? Change under colonial rule. Answer: tribal chiefs were allowed to keep their land titles over a cluster of villages, cluster of villages and rent outlands out lands lands. But they lost much of their but they lost much of their administrative power and were forced to follow laws and were forced to follow laws made by British officials in India. They also had to pay tribute. They also had to pay tribute to the British, and discipline the tribal group and discipline discipline the tribal groups on behalf of the British. Now, question number 5. What accounts for the anger of the tribals against the Dikus? Question mark. Answer. Tribals were not happy with the Dikus. With the Dikus, who were considered as outsiders by them. The tribals wanted to be shifting cultivators. And not be peasant cultivators. The Dikus were settling in at the tribals' land. Wanting the latter latter to sell their lands or rent their lands at very high interest rates. This made the tribals unhappy. Also, the tribal chiefs lost their administrative powers, lost their administrative powers under the British rule. Under the British rule. Later, the tribals were evacuated EVA CUA TED evacuated from their lands and they had to look for other livelihood options, and they had to look for other livelihood options. Next, question number 6. What was Birsa's vision? What was Birsa's vision of a golden age? Why do you think such a vision? Why do you think such a vision appealed to the people of the region? Appealed to the people of the region. Answer. Birsa's vision of a golden age. Birsa's vision of a golden age was to have the land free of Dikus. He considered that age to be the age of truth. According to Birsa, in the golden age, the tribal sirdars will be able to rule themselves, and no one will be there to dictate terms to them. His golden age vision was to have an age with no vices, like liquor, liquor, witchcraft, sorcery, sorcery, and uncleanliness. He did not want any role of outsider participants like missionaries missionaries, Hindu landlords, moneylenders, traders, and Europeans. So here was the end of our chapter. If you like the video, like it, share it, and subscribe our channel for more new videos. Thanks for watching.